Have you ever meticulously planned the perfect day only to find you were too busy managing the plan to actually enjoy it? I have. I once spent a week designing the ultimate relaxing vacation. I mapped out the quietest beaches, cross-referenced reviews for the most authentic local cafes, and even scheduled spontaneous moments. When I finally got there, I spent the entire time with a checklist in my head, a low humming anxiety running in the background. Was this beach truly the optimal choice? Was I relaxing efficiently enough? I came back more exhausted than when I left. I realized I hadn't been on vacation. I had been on a business trip to the future, and my only client was a version of myself that might or might not exist. In our last conversation, we talked about the paradoxes of a brilliant mind, about feeling like you're playing life on hard mode. We discovered that many of our struggles are not flaws, but the shadows cast by our greatest strengths. Today, we go deeper. We explore a phenomenon that I believe is the silent architect of so much of our anxiety and dissatisfaction. I call it the curse of foresight. This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about having a mind that's built like a grandmaster chess computer. It doesn't just see the board as it is now. It sees 1,000 possible games, 10 moves ahead. It calculates, simulates, and problem solves for futures that haven't been born yet. It's an evolutionary marvel, a superpower that allows us to innovate, create, and protect ourselves. But that superpower, if left unchecked, can become a cage. A beautiful, intricate, perfectly designed cage that locks you out of the only place where life actually happens. Right now. The first, and perhaps most draining aspect of this curse is what I call the preparation paradox. My brain, and perhaps yours too, is a master strategist. Before a big meeting, a difficult conversation, or a job interview, it runs countless drills. It prepares for every conceivable question, every possible objection, every subtle shift in tone. On the surface, this feels like a strength. I'm prepared. I'm ready for anything. But here's the cruel twist. My mind prepares for 1,000 potential battles, but my body and my spirit have to live through every single one of those simulations. By the time the actual event arrives, I'm already exhausted. I've fought 1,000 ghosts in my head and have no energy left for the one real person sitting in front of me. I become a general with a flawless battle plan, but whose army is too tired to fight. You feel it too, don't you? That feeling of showing up to the party already wanting to leave, not because you're antisocial, but because you've already had 100 conversations in your head on the way there. And this leads us to an even more insidious trap, the optimization paradox. Because our minds can simulate the future, we become obsessed with finding the perfect path, the most optimal career, the most compatible partner, the most efficient route to the grocery store. I once spent 3 days researching the perfect microphone for this channel, and in the process almost missed the deadline to record anything at all. I had the best tool for a job I was about to fail. We stand at a crossroads with 10 paths, and instead of taking a step, our mind gets to work, building complex models to determine which path is 1.2% better than the others. The world tells us this is smart. Look before you leap. But our minds don't just look. They build entire universes in the space between the look and the leap. And while we're busy calculating, life is happening on all 10 of those paths. People are falling in love, making mistakes, learning, and living. We, the brilliant optimizers, are still at the starting line, paralyzed by possibility. Stop for a second. How many brilliant ideas are currently collecting dust in your head, waiting for the perfect moment to start? The tragedy isn't choosing the wrong path. It's never choosing one at all. But the most personal, the most painful part of this curse is the one that touches our hearts. It's the emotional safety paradox. To protect ourselves from future pain, our mind pre-lives it. You start dating someone wonderful, and instead of basking in the glow of the present, your mind fast-forwards. It simulates the first argument. It imagines the eventual heartbreak. It runs through the script of the breakup, analyzing what you would say, how you would feel, how you would cope. The intention is noble, to build an emotional bunker, to ensure that if the storm comes, you'll be ready. But your nervous system doesn't know it's a drill. When you imagine that heartbreak, your body releases the same stress hormones. Your chest feels that same ache. You are, in a very real sense, grieving losses that have never occurred. You're paying the emotional price for tragedies that exist only in your mind. And then, the ultimate irony. By living in a state of preemptive defense, you become guarded, anxious, and distant, sometimes creating the very relationship problems you were trying to prepare for. Your mind's attempt to protect your heart ends up breaking it piece by imaginary piece. So here we are, trapped in a loop, brilliantly broken, capable of seeing everything, yet unable to experience the one thing that matters. We're told to live in the moment, to just relax, to stop overthinking. But for a mind like ours, that's like telling a bird to stop flying. It's what we were built to do. Trying to shut it down is a battle we will always lose. It feels like a tragic loop, doesn't it? We are doomed to be the brilliant architects of lives we will never actually live. But what if the goal isn't to shut the engine off? What if the goal is to learn how to drive it? For years, I fought my own mind. I saw its relentless analysis as the enemy. But then I tried a different approach. What if I treated the present moment with the same ferocious intellectual curiosity that I applied to the future? What if I turned that supercomputer inward? Instead of analyzing the 50 things that could go wrong tomorrow, I decided to analyze the cup of coffee in my hand right now. The precise shade of brown, the way the steam curls into the air, the faint bitterness on my tongue. I gave my analytical brain a problem to solve that was rooted in the present. And for a few seconds, the machine of the future went quiet. It had a new, fascinating task. This isn't about empty mindfulness. This is about redirection. Your mind is a high-performance engine that craves complexity, so give it the complexity of the now, the subtle shifts in the music you're hearing, the intricate patterns of light on the wall, the feeling of your own breath moving in and out of your body. This is data, rich, complex, real-time data. The curse of foresight isn't that you think too much. It's that you've been aiming your incredible thinking machine at the wrong target. You've been trying to solve the ghost puzzles of tomorrow instead of the beautiful, tangible puzzles of today. Your journey isn't about becoming less of who you are. It's not about dimming your own brilliance. It's about becoming the master of your own amazing mind, not its servant. It's about learning to walk the tightrope between preparing for the future and inhabiting the present. Your superpower isn't a cage. It's a key, and it can unlock a richness in the present moment that most people will never even know exists. So I ask you this. What future is your brain stuck in right now? And what one small, beautiful detail in front of you can you offer it to analyze instead? Let me know in the comments below. Let's learn to navigate this together. Welcome back to the present. It's good to have you here. But learning to drive this machine is just the first step. The next is learning where to find the fuel, because a mind like this consumes more energy than we realize. And that's the story for next time.